Thank you so much, man. We got some heroes out there, man. Heroes saving lives out there, boys. Literally.
Well, I got a personal hero with Braid AF hitting with a Twitch Prime. Of course, well, today's replay packs are going to be made public to all, thanks to the generosity of many, or few, I guess, depending on how you want to look at the size of those donations. If you are sub to the channel, you will always get replay packs from everything we do. It's totally worth checking out. It's definitely worth your sub. Plus, you get tons of emotes and other cool things, so yeah, hit us up with that Prime sub, guys. But ladies and gentlemen, it's the other semifinals. Spawning in the lower right side, he is going to be the blue Protoss Goblin. No meaty sounds this time, boys?
No. You didn't go deep with your voice. Last time you just you hit an octave that just spoke to me.
I'll try to do better. In the top left, it's his opponent, the ever French PtitDrogo.
Oui, oui.
S'il vous plaît, monsieur.
You know, this is like, we're all Canadian. This is like as Canadian as Canadian gets.
The most Canadian cast.
Absolutely.
So Canadian.
I just saw another donation for the kids that came in. Who was that?
That was Honey Monster with $30 saying, hit me up with the sound of the awesome community doing it for the kids.
Straight up, because that is literally what's happening. A big shout out and thank you everybody tuning in. We just hit over 1,100 viewers. If you're watching this on YouTube, it is not too late. That is a massive sub train from your man Matt Trim. 10 subs. There it is. Dang, he's 313 gifted subs.
I told you, this dude is insane. He's insane.
Nice shooting, Tex.
God.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Matrum's one of our. That's just for the caster,
right? Matrum's one of our free-for-all players. He plays a lot of the free-for-all battles we do at the end of streams and stuff. It's this mode called Beasts of the Hill. It's a lot of fun. So, yeah, he participates a lot, obviously through subs, but through gameplay as well. He's a really cool dude. So thank you, Matrum. I really appreciate that.
Awesome.
Oh, we got a PvP going on right now. It's the first PvP that we've gotten so far, and no cannon rush, which is nice.
Yeah, no cannon rush. There's a chance that we might have 2 games get past the 5-minute mark in a row. Unheard of.
Yeah.
But it would be great. What does late game PvP even look like?
Gross.
Looks like a lot of Archons.
Probably disgusting.
Yeah, it's well, you rarely see it, by the way. It just rarely happens.
Yeah, because somebody's like constantly cheesing the other.
Well, it's usually also just like build order losses. So like one person's going one thing and another person goes another, or it's an identical build and there's just one bad engagement. You know, Phoenix are caught out of position, or you lose 1 or 2 Phoenix back at the base, and then next thing you know it, your opponent is constantly a couple of Phoenix ahead of you, and you just lose.
This is going to be one of the matchups Jeff's pretty well versed in, because I know you've played a ton of these. But for me, when you talk about never seeing late game PvP, I'm kind of grateful for it. It was not too long ago, like probably half a year at this point. I remember it was Hellraiser versus Neeb on the European server. It was Mass Carrier Tempest versus Mass Carrier Tempest, and each of them had like 40 shield batteries underneath them. Like, it was the most agonizing experience. Even the interceptors wouldn't die because of the shield battery. There's just so much healing going on. So I'm glad it doesn't get to that point, but when it does, it is truly epic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. If that happened to me and I was casting on my channel, I would probably put it on autopilot for view, and I'd go for a nice 30, 40-minute run, and then I'd come back, and I'd ask the chat how the game was. That's where I'd be.
That's like Hot's TVT. It was just like the 500-hour-long marathon match. Oh,
here we go. Look at this. We're going to have an all-in from our Goblin, who has been playing very aggressive throughout this entire tournament. And Drogo is putting up some shield batteries here because he just scouted it. He went down there. He noticed that there's no expansion. No expansion at 4 minutes it's an all-in. Whether it's proxy DTs, whether it's a Stargate push or a Warp Prism play, which is what we're seeing right now. All Drogo has to do here is hold. That's it. Easier said than done, but all he has to do is hold.
The only thing really going to keep him alive. And they're gone.
I mean, the shield barriers don't even have time to heal. They're getting one shot by the stalker volleys. Yeah. This was going so poorly for Drogo, which blows me away, because Drogo, to me, is the favorite player in this matchup, like, bar none. But the Warp Prism micro making up for a lack of blink, the control, the focus fire. I mean, Goblin hasn't hardly lost anything. One stalker's all of its died. Two now.
Oh. He's got an Immortal Oak, but there's nothing left in those shield batteries to heal up. And even with one Immortal there, it's just not going to be enough. At most, Drogo's going to be forced to retreat here, put some shield batteries down in his base, get like one really good force field to block off half the army. But once again, the War Prism is still there. And at the very least, he can kill this Nexus, go ahead and expand. Oh, look at that. And he is expanding himself, and he can just take a lead here. So whether he wins immediately right now or he wins in 4 minutes, it's really looking like a win. He has to basically throw this game in order to lose.
Side note, how is the sub notifier not caught up yet? It's still doing the thank yous for that sub.
There were several gifted subs.
Yeah.
There were just a few.
And I think some people are also just hopping in of their own accord. But yeah, this was just a huge push by Goblin. And really, as soon as those sentries went down, it was pretty much the show there.
What's so sick is like he just got force fielded in. That sucks. Yeah, it was a couple stalkers, but he could also just force field, turn this into that soft contain, and get ahead through the Nexus. And I'm sure you've experienced this many times, Jeff. Like, the Nexus is the real deal breaker in a lot of PvPs, right? Like, if you get up a base, you're going to win if you do it correctly.
Yeah, it's the show. I mean, once again, it has to be a big throw here. Like, that's the only way. There was a little medium throw there with losing a few stalkers for no reason. I mean, he's got to know right now there's no way he can get up that ramp regardless, so continuing to try. He just lost that observer. He's going to go ahead and use a Phoenix to get some scouting information. Probably going to look around the map to see if there's going to be a proxy Stargate or anything like that, and he's going to go and get some information. What he's looking for right now is likely, okay, is there going to be, obviously there's going to be no DTs because, oh, look at that.
You can't lose that Immortal.
All right, well, he's forced to back off. That was nice. That was actually nice.
They got low enough on the ramp that the force fields weren't going to hold him anymore, so Goblin pulling back is not, like, in fear, but he knows it's not worth his time to stay over there.
Yeah, he's got the lead now. Now he needs to just hold, right?
I'm obviously out of my depth here, but in the where Drogo was pinned there, really just up until what we just witnessed, how crazy would a second Warp Prism have been to just pick up 90% of the army and go around and then warp in the main?
No, it would have been bad because there's still 2 Immortals down there, and he could pull probes or whatever, and there's enough stalkers there that the moment that Warp Prism, plants itself down to warp in units, he's going to focus that down, and that's just an unnecessary risk. Sure, it might work if your other player's not very good, but you're taking a lot of risk for no real reward. I mean, he's easily has a better chance of winning the game by just force fielding that ramp. He actually made a mistake back at that natural by allowing those Immortals to come down, especially since he had 2 sentries in position to infinitely force field anyway. And nice little come around here and picking off some, that was beautiful. Keeps all 4 of those Adepts alive.
Goblin has swapped this up. He's gone for double Stargates behind this. This is so sick. This will work out really well against the Disruptor play that's coming, but that's such an expensive investment. I don't know if he'll have that out in time.
Well,
we're going to find out. This is going to be a bit of skirmishing here for the time being.
Well, that was, okay, I was going to cancel that pylon, make sure those Adepts didn't get inside, not only to not get information, but to not put it on those probes inside the main. Look at that. He's going for disruptors. This is like, remember back in the day as Protossers that saying, when behind Dark Shrine? Well, when you're
behind Disruptor.
That's it. When you're behind like that, you get Disruptor, and 1 or 2 good disruptions puts you right back in the game, and in some cases puts you in the lead. So, I'm loving this play here from Drogo. That was a minor setback. He actually got out of this a lot better than I thought he was going to, and it was mainly because Goblin once again made a mistake down at that natural ramp. He should never have been able to get down.
Huge catch, by the way, seeing the Warp Prism over here. This was nicely done. Also, just quick apologies to everybody watching. Normally it's not 3 people, so my alerts are tailored a little bit differently. I am fully aware how obnoxious that was. Just quickly apologies for all that, but thank you guys for enduring it.
No, it's all good. We'll live for the kids.
So
for the kids.
I love watching this Disruptor interaction. Like, Disruptors are so powerful and so good, and they can break apart a Protoss army, but not if they're.
Phase. I'm informed about it.
Damn it, Wardy, shut up! You're not even here. But not if they're lifted in the sky. The Phoenix pick off the Warp Prism. He'll stop the Adepts from doing anything over here. Okay, recall, sure, but these are gonna lift up every Disruptor. I would be honestly shocked if Drogo got a single Disruptor shot off. There's too many Phoenix to prevent that.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot of Phoenix there. It'd be a huge mistake for Goblin to allow even one shot to get off. I mean, it's not like he's got 1 or 2 Phoenix left. He's got an entire army of Phoenix. Not only is he going to be able to pick up these Disruptors, but he can even pick up the Immortals as well. He's got so much. But now there is 4 Disruptors, and the more and more Disruptors he gets, the better chance he does have of at least popping one. But you got to understand, if he doesn't at least get off 1 or 2 big hits, this is all to waste. This is a lot of tech, a lot of resources. Oh, this is going to be huge right here. And look, doesn't allow to even get 1. That's it. Yeah, that hurts.
Unfortunately, he just didn't get the Adepts in and didn't get that information that that the Phoenix were coming, and so he just dumped all that money into the Disruptor tech, and it didn't pay off, and just that quick.
Yep.
Look, this for me, by the way, that's an upset in and of itself. Like, Drogo is a very good PvP player to begin with, but especially like compared to Goblin, the fact that Goblin just took that game is massive. Like, not unheard of, not crazy. The guy can disrupt things, but I didn't expect that at all.
Oh, he disrupt things. Did he ever?
Well, he disrupted the disruptors. Yeah, exactly.
That's right.